Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of With the Waves. Every Monday, I'm here with Fiona.
Hey guys. Hey guys. So I'm Fiona. I'm so excited to be chatting. We're gonna chat about like so much different stuff: YouTube, social media, brands, and all the tea.
Yeah,
always all the tea. All the freaking tea. We ramble like nonstop. Like literally, we've been in coffee shops where we should have been kicked out.
We should have.
Yeah. No, like 100%.
The way we should have probably been, like, it should have been, like, maybe a 40-minute meeting.
No.
30 minutes max, and we're there for 2 hours.
No, it's like, and we're talking about the most random stuff, too. But, like, it's amazing random stuff. It's just, like, what are we talking about?
Every time I finish, like, we finish talking, I'm just like, that was a lot, and I'm never gonna be able to, like, remember what we talked about.
No, literally same.
But first off, I wanted to congratulate you on first 6 years of Frillians.
Thank you.
And I want to congratulate you, even though I was there with you for 1 million.
Thank you.
But it literally just happened, and you're continuing to grow. I was checking out your, like, YouTube, and I was like, she's at one point, like,
something.
One.
I don't know. I'm like, I don't even look at the number.
Honestly, good. Like, sometimes it's, like, better to just, like, let it go, and, like,
yeah.
The attraction you get is the attraction you get.
I don't know, there's something weird, like, your brain doesn't process it. Like, I have no, like, there's nothing in my brain that says, like, 1 million people have clicked that button. Like, that doesn't, I physically can't imagine that. I feel like the human brain can't imagine that.
Yeah, like, weird. Sometimes when I look at analytics for, like, With the Waves, I'm just, like, I, like, look at it and I'm like, okay, well, what does this mean? Like, SEO and all that, like, you can never get me to understand. Like, I'm like, I don't know. Like, 10 people saw this for, like, 10 minutes, cool. Like,
no.
I literally could not understand.
When you start, like, imagining it, like, let's say, like, someone is in a room watching, like, listen, like, isn't that
when you think about it that way, like, imagine, like, we're just, because on average, like, I would say a view that I get, like, from, like, YouTube at least, so people, like, watching me for, I would say, like, 70s, like, the least. Recently, I, like, got, like, 15 on my solo one.
We love being humbled.
Yeah, I was, like, when I saw that, I was, like, okay. No, but it's usually, like, my podcast has been doing good because other people have been on it, and I think that's important. Like, I just love sharing people's stories, and that's, like, why I did season 2 of it, and that's, like, my main point of, like, this whole podcast. So I was really, like, excited to get everyone and anyone, just because, like, everyone wants to talk, and they have a story to tell, and, like,
always. No
matter how big or how small you are, it's just, like with social status or whatever in that sense. But literally lost my train of thought.
And you're like, what did it do? No, but it's so true. Like, everyone has a story. Everyone, I mean, not everyone wants to share it, but a majority, especially of our generation, loves to share things. Like, TikTok, for example.
Yes.
When you're, like, opening the app, like, there's just stories left and right. And it's like, wow. It's so beautiful, but it also makes me realize I feel like I don't have an original thought. Like, where I'm like, oh, okay.
No, I sit there sometimes and I'm just like, so we did the same thing growing up. I thought I was like, I was a loser, like, lonely in that sense. I was like, whoa, like, you?
No, like, I'm like, wait, that has, like, 2 million likes? I'm like, okay.
I was like, so this could have been me.
Yeah.
Let me just go back in time. Thank you.
Yeah.
So you started YouTube. Like, that was your first kind of dive into media and all that jazz. You started it pretty young, like, 13? Or were you...
I was 10. I was like 10, 11. I was 10, 11.
Okay.
I remember like some of my first videos and my voice. Oh my...
Do you still have them on YouTube?
Yes, I do. I do. They're still up there. There was one that was a Valentine's Day video. The way I spoke, I wanted to cry. Like, literally, that was...
10 is so... Were you just like, I want to pick up a camera and just like...
Yeah, so basically, it started out because... When I was younger, I had a lot of different learning issues. So, like, dyslexia, ADHD, didn't know I needed glasses. So, I was really struggling in school. Mom pulled me out. She was like, this girl does not. She's not doing well. Yeah. So, I went to this summer school, actually. I called it dyslexia school, which is not the name of it. But I forget the name of it. But it was kind of, like, far away from me. It was, like, an hour and a half. Drove there every day with my mom during summer.
Yeah.
And it was basically this school where they tested trying to figure out, like, what's wrong with you. It's just, like, a bunch of kids who are all frustrated with, like, learning.
Yeah.
So
did you have, like, school during the year as well? And, like, you did online?
No, I did. I went to a private elementary school until 3rd grade. And in the summer of 3rd grade, that's when I went to this, like, school.
Okay.
Basically, they figured out, like, okay, this girl needs help. She needs to, like, go to the eye doctor. So I had, like, vision therapy things. Like, I learned how to juggle. I used to wear an eye patch. Like, all this weird stuff because my left eye was shutting off.
Okay.
Because my left eye, if you really look at me, you can tell my left eye is smaller than my right eye. slightly.
Okay.
But
yeah, I actually can see it.
Right? You're like, girl, I'm like, don't. Once I point it out to someone they can't unsee it, I'm like, okay, I just exposed myself. But what was I saying with all that? But basically, I got pulled out of school, and from there, I was really bored, and I was homeschooled, so I had a lot of free time, and I literally wanted to talk to someone, so I talked to a camera. And yeah, that's kind of how it started, which was interesting, but it was fun. It was a fun way to start.
At what age were you like, okay, like I could low-key start doing this for like a living?
I mean, honestly, so in the beginning, I didn't even know you could make money. I didn't really, like, have a thought about the money at all, which makes me feel good to say that, because I, like, actually didn't start it for that.
You did it for yourself.
I did it for myself, and I was, like, I loved, like, having an outlet where I could talk and, like, just be myself, which the hate comments were always fun, but, you know.
At, like, 11, 12?
No, my comments were hilarious. Now, looking back, like, I think they're funny, but, like, in the moment, I definitely was, like, odd. People would say, like, are you on drugs? Because I had so much energy. And I still do, but, like, then,
way more than now?
Oh my god. Like, frightening. Like, I could bounce off these walls. Like, I had so much energy, and I don't know why. Because my mom's not hyper, and my dad's not hyper.
You don't have ADHD, do you?
Oh, I do. Oh, I definitely. I mean, like...
well, but I don't think that was fully it, but...
No, I think it was just, like, I don't know, my person, I don't know.
Yeah, you just had that energy.
No
idea.
idea.
Honestly, lucky, because...
well, I get tired too. Like, it's like a spike, and then like, whoa, I'm sleeping.
Like at work, me from 3 to 5. Like when I'm at work, I'm like,
yes. Oh my god, 3 to 5 is like, those are like the hours that I'm just like, ugh.
And that's when I literally have nothing to do, especially like at my internship. I'm just like sitting there, and I'm just like, okay, I could be home right now, like doing other things.
Right? No, like, yeah. Oh my god, and I always get really hungry right around then too. So, hungry and sleepy. I'm like.
And I'm like snacking. I'm like, okay, like I need to go. Or I have to get a second coffee, which isn't bad. I'm trying to work on my caffeine this new year. Like I'm not.
Okay.
Maybe like just one coffee a day.
One coffee. That's good.
This is my coffee for the day.
Okay, you're almost out.
But also like right. I'm like on the last bit.
Like you're savoring this stuff.
No, also like I'm like giving myself like a Diet Coke as like the second one, because like I feel like Diet Coke gives me energy.
Yeah. No, I think there is energy in it.
I need to work on water too.
Oh my
I think that's the reason. I think that's why I'm so tired, is because I drink coffee for the whole day, and I'm like, I'm sipping on it. Like, there's like some days where like coffee will last me maybe like 4 hours.
No, I know. At least, literally, interesting fact. Like, we order like the same size, same virtually drink, and mine's gone within 20 minutes. Hers is just like basically full. One of my best friends, she does the same thing that you do. Yeah. I always steal her drink and just start like sipping it.
Oh my god.
I couldn't do it to you, but like, trust
You're
me.
like, do you mind?
Like, I'll finish that for you.
No, because sometimes it's weird, because I don't know why I would like not, because I'm a chugger too. Like I chug, like I literally just chug this in like, and maybe I don't.
Okay, in an hour?
Okay, yeah.
I'm like, girl, like I can, like if I open this and like I was like alone, this would be gone in like maybe 5-10 minutes.
I think I'm very aware when it comes to like sipping and eating in front of people, but when I'm alone, like I like
same.
Kayla outside, like she's one of my best friends, like whenever she's around, or like any of them, basically, like I'm like munching, and then like when I'm around other people, Kayla like will literally be like, it's kind of funny how you just like watch how you eat.
Yeah, you're like, wait a minute. No, me with wings.
Oh, I love wings.
Actually. I love wings, but I can't. Like when I'm out in public eating them. Oh my god.
No,
like,
when it comes to dates too, and people are like, oh, let's go out. Like I don't know.
Oh wait, you need to fill me in on some of this stuff.
Basically, went on a date. Long story short, didn't go on a second.
Okay.
He's out of the state right now. Like he left. Like so it wasn't gonna work out. Period.
Okay.
But also, I just feel like our like personalities didn't match.
Yeah, which is so important. Personalities seem to be like very similar or like different in a way that complement each other.
And when you're on a date and like you feel like a spark 24/7.
Yes.
Maybe that's just like my inner romantic, and I just like want that every freaking second.
Yeah. I think
did
it's
not
real.
feel a spark. Yeah. Maybe this. Also, I just didn't feel the urge to bounce his bones.
Yeah. Okay. So you were like,
I was just like, this is giving friend. This is giving like
bestie boo.
Yeah. Like he took me to. Do you know what Green Corner is?
No. I'm like so. I like am literally a hermit. Like I'm like, go where?
He took me. So it's like a fast food Mediterranean place. It's really good.
That sounds good.
Yeah. They have like chicken shawarma and all that jazz. And again, when it comes to a fork and like a bowl, I'm like munching. Like I'm a messy eater. So I was like, what do I have that doesn't make a mess?
Oh no.
So a sandwich.
Okay. Oh no.
I made that decision. So basically, I like ate it, and as we're like, then he's asking me questions. Also, there was like moments where it was like very
like quiet.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate awkward silence. No.
I hate it. Like so, basically, we're not talking. So I'm like, this is me. Like we're like talking, whatever, one-on-one, and then I'm just, like, when it's quiet, I'm like, it was cool because, like, genuinely, like, I could say I've been on a date, like, in high school, like, with one of my best guys, he's, like, my first kiss, anyways, that also didn't work out, but also because I had strict parents growing up, so, like, I truly just didn't put everyone's like, oh, Gianna, you could literally get a guy, I'm like, yes, but I don't put myself out there, and I realize that's my problem, because, like, I don't care enough to, like, try to find someone, nor to, like, I also just period don't go out.
Oh my, no, me, like, literally, I'm like hermit. I'm like at my hermit level right now.
I need to, like, get out.
Yeah, no, like, I'm like, I need to go get some fresh air. I need to go, like talk to people. Do you ever get, like, well, I mean, you have roommates, so it's a little different, but, like, do you ever feel like you need to talk? Like, you're like, oh my god, like, I need someone to just, like, have a connection with right now?
Something about me is, like, I'm very much, like, not physically, but, like, I don't show that my emotions in a sense, where I'm like, but really, like, internally, I'm like, there's so many emotions going on. That sounds so bad, but more so just, like,
you're like, I'm internalizing everything.
Yes, and so, like, then last night, I don't know why I was having so much anxiety. I've been having so much, probably because I'm recent grad, and I'm stressing about life.
Life, if you, like, deep dive into life, and you just, like, imagine it, it's a rabbit hole.
No, and
it's tears.
Again, from 3 to 5.
Hyperventilating. Yes. Oh, I totally
at work from 3, I work from 9 to 5 on Tuesday, Wednesdays, and then Mondays is a whole different story, but then, from 3 to 5, I'm, like, headphones are on, no one's in my, like, area, so I'm just like, let me actually, like, do stuff that I need to do and, like, actually get it going, put social media posts out, whatever. And then something happens where I forgot I put it on cue. It was basically Everybody by Nicki Minaj came on, right? I was, like, bouncing, whatever. And then What Was I Made For by Billie Eilish came on.
Stop it!
And I don't think that one was on cue, but I think it was on the album that I recently was playing, and then it was like, you know how Spotify works.
Just, like, throw some random shit at you.
And so, like, What Was I Made For came on, and then I started, like, so I had to, like, as an intern, I just, like, put things in, I'm, like, tapping stuff, whatever, and I was, like, putting in these names, like, into a big contact log, and What Was I Made For came on, and I was just, like, sitting there, and I was like, what the fuck was that? Like, it was so bad, bad.
No, that song is, like, it's beautiful, but, like,
she knew what she was doing.
Oh my god,
when
tears.
It comes to the voice, when it comes to, like,
tears.
Like, you can feel her emotions through the screen.
You can, like, you can feel every...
Yeah, the symphonies, the orchestra behind there.
Oh my god.
Like, it gets me
her
every
music,
time.
Her music in general is very, like, deep.
Yes.
And just, like,
very emotional.
You can feel it. Like, there's something that, like, if you play, who's something, like, Ariana Grande, like, you're not, like, well, I mean, it's different vibe. Oh my god. Have you seen, like, the zoom ins on her face? And, like, she looks like an addict of something bad.
She's, like, really skinny.
No, she's so skinny. Her skin?
Yeah.
Scary. Like,
I was just talking about it with them. Like,
no.
So, like, I was like, and the homeboy that, like, she's with, I guess.
Oh my god, she, like, stole, like, the man's, from another girl, and they have kids. I'm like, girl.
Yes, and he was, like, fully married, like, a month before he came out with, like, saying he cheated. Can't trust nobody.
No, can't trust no man. No man.
Are you talking to a man?
I am. It's same man. Same man.
So man.
So yeah, no, you know it's so funny. Okay, so when we first remember when I was like, I think we might move in together, you were like, girl, you're fucking crazy. No.
Okay.
Well, yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. So yes, it's like a complicated, more or less story, but all of my friends were like, "You're crazy. Like, you're actually crazy. Like, he's going to kill you." No, literally, literally everyone's reaction. I just had this, like, I was like, no, like, this feels right.
And that 100% trust your intuition.
Yeah.
It will win over anybody's, like,
I haven't been
sometimes.
killed yet. So.
Yeah, right. I'm glad.
Not gone.
He's, like, waiting.
No, he's, like, waiting with the knife.
Just kidding. Yeah, no, God forbid.
No. He's a sweetie pie, but same man. It's been 7 months since we've been dating, which is crazy.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So wait, so you met him on Hinge before...
Yes.
Like, before school, like, the summer, right?
Yeah, I met him May 10th, actually.
Because he was, like, saying he needs somewhere to stay or else he's, like, going back to...
No, literally. Yeah, no, he was, like, so he did move back. He did move back, and then he went to another place... And then I was like, just come back.
Yeah.
And now he's working in Scottsdale, and we basically live together. He might move out. We're trying to figure it out. I might move. I don't know. There's a lot of...
Your apartment is beautiful.
Thank you. I love her. She's so, like, bright and, like, nice.
So the windows, I'm like, this is, like, not enough for me. Like, I need a skylight. Like...
Right. No, I love windows. Windows, like, I could live in, like...
I need a floor-to-ceiling window.
Yeah. Sure. They're amazing. Oh, my God. I love the lighting in general for photos and stuff.
Oh, my gosh. Especially for content. But
right.
And, like, the fact that worked out, like, I was, like, suspicious of it at first. Because I was just like, I'm just suspicious of Hinge. I'm a hater.
No.
I don't believe in it. And I think that's my problem. And that's, like, I'm putting that energy out into the world.
Yeah, you can't. Because then you're going to get it back.
Yeah. So it's like, hey, we're not going to give you any of it. I'm like, you're valid. Like, you're valid for that.
Hinge is not bad, though. Like,
I trust
actually.
Hinge. Tinder, I don't know. People are actually, like, I know 2 people, and that's not a lot, but actually it is 2 people that have had 3+ years of relationships on Tinder. From Tinder, my bad. 2 people's a lot in my, even 1 person.
One person's a lot.
Tinder's
sole purpose is like hookup culture.
Yes. Wait, what's his name? The Eagles player? Jason Kelsey met his wife on Tinder. Yes. I swear to God. And I'm just like,
no.
When I hear people that actually like had successful, I'm just like, I don't know if that's like, one of my friends did Tinder Passport.
What's that?
Which is like, it's kind of funny. She like paid money to like,
like
get people from other locations.
Oh shit.
Hinge, you can like fully like just put your location in this certain area.
Yeah.
Like I was like having fun. Like I was having fun and I was putting it in like London. I was putting
you were like, hoes everywhere I go.
Yeah, like I was hitting it everywhere and I was just like, when you pay for it on Tinder, I didn't know that. So when she told me that, I was like, oh, so you like, so basically they both lived in, I don't know if it was Portland at the time or here.
Yeah.
But they were in different states at the time because it was summer.
Uh-huh.
And then they like met through there. And then they like actually like met each other and like started dating and they've been together ever since and it's been 3 years. Yeah. And then the other one.
On Tinder?
Yes. Yeah. And then the other one's been together for 2 years.
Wow. I mean, it proves that like, it doesn't really matter how you meet. Like, if you're compatible, you're compatible. But, like, in general, when you think of Tinder, you do not think of a long-term relationship.
Yeah.
You don't think of marriage. Like, imagine someone's, vows being like, oh, I'm so glad I swiped right on you.
I would actually vomit.
I would vomit. Oh, my God. Speaking of vows, have you seen that video of the guy, like, all I'm going to do is...
He's like, he's like, we've lasted this long. I would have actually walked out. Like,
no, I
she was like looking down
him.
and like giggling. I'm like, you're fucking lying.
No, like I know her heart broke a little inside.
I would like be so embarrassed in front of my family. I don't know, maybe that vibe of the whole like they were giving
ye.
Yeah, they were giving. They were
giving
yeehaw.
But also yeehaw. Sometimes the guys are nice.
Have you ever been on a buffalo chip?
Buffalo chip?
No.
Where's that?
I think it's in Cave Creek. I think it's like up north by like it's like northern kind of Scottsdale. Like that big like amateur bull riding. Plus,
oh my God,
line dancing.
I feel like I've heard of it. It's like country vibe. It's very country vibe. Okay.
So I went once like 2 years ago and I haven't been back since, but we've been like trying to go.
Oh,
but I remember, it's like it's a fun place. Like no one's ever like everyone's very welcoming, like in there. But like when you first walk up, there's like it was during the time of like all like the political stuff and jazz, and so they had like all these like tread on my trail or some whatever the flag. And then like Trump 2024, and so I was just like, when I first walked in there, I was like,
okay,
I'm
alarmed.
Mind you, I had like not a real ID, you know what I'm
saying? Yeah.
And so I'm like scared. I'm like I don't know. Yeah. So I'm like even more scared. So I'm like anxious, like anxiety on a high.
Yeah.
Everything worked out. It was fun. It was. Honestly, I would go back if I lived closer every single weekend.
Yeah.
Like it's like a hidden like
gym
like personality of mine. Yeah.
Oh.
Hidden. I don't think it's that hidden anymore. I'm gonna be honest.
You're right.
So many people like go.
And there's another one that's like.
Are you talking about not me knowing Denim and Diamonds?
I don't know. I don't know the name of it, but there is like that like whole country vibe of things that seems cool, and like they like the guys like spin you around and stuff, which I'm like that's cute.
Yes, and they are like they're. Like when I went to Buffalo Chip, I like came out there being like, do I have a new fancy for like men and like
you're like
boots
wait a minute.
And I walked out, I was like, But yeah, that's what
they're definitely like they're the manly man usually.
Yeah,
but they're also I feel like they're polite. I don't know. I mean, there's all different types of groups depending on the group, but some of them are nice.
I would take like a southern like man if it like when it comes to their hospitality and they're like I feel like that's really nice.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah.
Some of the others I'm like, oh, okay.
Like,
interesting.
You know, and like I don't know, like when it comes to LA, like I feel like those guys when it comes to like the emo, like
oh my God, no. No, like no. Are you like yes?
No.
Okay, I
couldn't deal with emo.
No. Like, and like the guys from LA, they're like the most condescending pricks you'll ever meet.
Really?
Like so bad. Like truly like comical how bad they are.
And
like I could
I've
never
heard, but
awful. I'm trying to think of like okay, actually funny story kind of. We might have to bleep some names out here.
Go for it.
But so I was with 3 of my friends and we went to like the Sway House, like
Bye. Yeah.
Yes. So like a few of like their houses.
Yeah.
They have like a gaming one. They have like I don't know. They have weird little names for their
houses. The way that they can afford these houses. I'm like always sitting in the back behind
their brand deals. They write some fat checks to them, like hundreds of thousands. When I found out
Livy Dunn makes $500K from one of her brand deals.
Just one?
Just one.
What brand is it?
I need to look back. I'll find the video.
Oh my god, please tell me. It's a big brand, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. I think
is it gymnastics shit or stuff?
Like shit stuff. No, I don't know, but it's more so like I need to find it. I think it was like CeraVe, actually.
I don't know CeraVe. I've beef with CeraVe. I'm getting distracted. Okay, so so me and three of my other friends, it was three of us. We went to like one of the sway houses. We walk in, we say hi to a few people, and then there's this like island with drinks on it.
Yeah.
And so one of my friends is friends with like Bryce, Jaden, Josh, like all of those kids. How did this go exactly? So I was pouring a drink, and my friend who was next to me, she has blonde hair, and all of us had like black hair virtually. So Jaden like said hi and like said like hi, I'm Jaden to like the blonde girl, and the blonde girl said her name.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to say this without saying her name, but basically we like kind
of
walk.
Call her another name too.
Okay, yeah, Katie. I'm gonna go with Katie. Okay. So Katie and I walk over a little bit, so we're like a little like I don't know,
they're in my room,
like 6 feet away, 6 to 10 feet away.
Okay.
And Jaden goes, he's like, "Hey, blonde girl, come here." And he knows her name. Oh. Like, he could have said, like, Katie. And then, like, the way his, like, body language was and, like, the way he said, "Hey, blonde girl," like, it was so, like, weird and bizarre. And then there's been other times where they won't even say their name. They'll be like, "Yeah, what's up?" Or, like
those three guys?
Those ones and, like some of their other friends.
Did it?
Bryce is nice though. Bryce was actually nice.
I'm from TikTok. Like he tripped on like a drug, and he's like, I realized how cringy it was, and like I needed to change up my act, or I forget.
That's funny. I could see him saying that, but also I still see him being an ass.
Okay.
Yeah, no, 100%. He is ass. Like he is an ass vibe of a person.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's my opinion. That's my perspective. I mean, you never know. Maybe he's nice in other settings, but
yeah. I mean, it's just like I would love to move to California, not LA, because I would actually vomit.
Yeah, I would vomit too.
Because I think there's many opportunities. I was like saying like, oh, the opportunities out there. Like I just feel like there's so many, but I just can't. I don't, because I've heard so many stories like people doing like get readies with me and all that jazz about how everyone is so fake.
Mm-hmm.
And
and
it's so hard to like you find your group and your niche very quickly, and those are the people you hang out with. But even those people are like, it's gonna be hard to you never trust.
Yeah, I think the trust there, because I used to go down there all the time. Like I was low key an LA kid for like a year, and all my friends in my hometown were like, "Fiona, you're changing, changing," and it finally hit me because some awful stuff happened, and like I just like took a big like step back, and I was like, "Oh, I hate this. I hate everything about myself right now," and I was like, "Okay." No, like I need to stop, because there was just so much weird stuff that happened in LA, like the parties, the people, the attitude of people, the I'm better than you, I'm better than you talk. That one like really bothered me, and LA is toxic. LA and like everyone's fake. Also, like face wise, like if you think someone's gorgeous, it's probably because they had a bunch of work done. Yeah, like it's the unfortunate reality.
I'm trying to have like pre-preventative Botox,
but so different. Like that's not like these girls are like jaw reconstruction, nose, like face BBL, and then like they're sometimes natural. Like you would never guess, you would never know until you like look up old images and you're like, whoa. And like also it's I don't know. There's a mixture of things like which if that makes them happy. Whatever, go do it. But I don't like the way they lie about it. Like they won't tell anyone they got anything done.
Like I'd be like, guys, guess what? Look how good of a job my man did. Like, or whoever like did my body. I'd be like, I've heard so many. I've like been thinking of like lip filler, not like to the sense where it's like you can't even
duck ass,
like just like because like I love when my lips like kind of perk up a little bit, but also I don't want like that shadow mustache, so that's like a little scary. So I'll just like use lip plumper for the time being. But like
lip filler's like it's like not very permanent, is it?
Yeah, well I
don't need it dissolved.
Maybe I know lip flip for sure. Like it
just goes away.
Yeah. But I just like I'm so scared because I've heard horror stories about Botox, and I just don't know if I want to like fully commit. Yeah. Because I do for sure like when I'm like 25, 26, like maybe get that like cheek like plumper. I don't know, just, you know, just
like a little. You can experiment.
Yeah, right. Like, and if I have that money, which I hope.
No, you will.
Putting it out into the universe, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, and so I was just like, I've heard so many people like have horror stories as well.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't know if I would be able to do that.
I've heard definitely bad things, but I've also heard good things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I think it really just depends on like the person you're going to.
And I also know, like, I feel like I need to be willing to get a like Botox just because like shmoney.
Shmoney.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, that's like me with a tattoo as well. Like I like,
yeah.
I'm like, do I want to spend this money on
tattoo?
a tattoo?
Is permanent though.
Tattoo is
it's
permanent.
a life investment.
You can get rid of it.
I mean, you can,
but it's gonna look ratchet. Like I've been seeing, I don't know. I've been on TikTok or tattoo removal TikTok. And that's weird, but it's like
painful.
It's like blistery. Like
yeah, no, it looks like it looks like a burn.
Yes,
kind of.
It looks like, you know, and like I don't even know who does it, or like, you know, and like, or you like when you brand an animal.
Yes.
It looks like that.
Yes, it's it's like transparent but raised.
Yes.
It's like a scar.
Yes.
It looks like
basically.
a scar. Yeah.
And so I'm just, especially when they're like when people have face tats.
Oh my god, those look so painful to get removed. Like
when
I
people
would
get
cry.
face tats, I'm like, what was your thought process back? Dominic Fike is the only exception.
Yeah. What is he?
He says like an Apple logo, but it's not an Apple logo. It's for his sister.
Oh, okay.
I had to watch an interview because
I was like Apple logo on the face. I was like, that's
everyone's
crazy.
making so much fun of him. They're like, what the heck were you on to even like have an Apple logo? And he's like, it's for my sister. And everyone's like, I'm so sorry.
You're like, oh my god.
They like backtrack it real quick. I just like have this anxiety about smelling bad, like me or like my area.
It smells great in here. Yeah, absolutely.
Because sometimes, you know, when you just get so familiar with like an area,
yeah, you don't know
and,
what
like,
it smells like.
Yes, and so sometimes like when I'm like around places, like especially like having roommates, everyone's like, oh, like it smells sus in here. It smells sus. I'm like. And then I'm getting scared because, like, I'm like, can I smell?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I have to, like, stand there for a second, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And so, like, I always get, like, that's why I got candles. I have a lavender mist.
Yeah.
I have a diffuser.
Yes. Oh my god. Yeah.
I'm big on lavender.
Yes. You're like lavender everything.
Especially for my period.
Yeah.
It decramps you mentally.
Really?
I think life is a mental thing.
Oh, it is.
And if I tell myself, like, literally, this morning, have you watched Anyone But You? With Glenn Powell and Sydney Sweeney.
What is Anything But You?
Girl.
I don't think so. No.
No?
I don't watch wait, what is it?
It's a rom-com, like, that just came out.
No.
In movies.
Anything.
Are you gonna watch Mean Girls, at least?
Oh, there's a new one, right?
It's a musical, though. Don't be...
Oh.
Can you not do musicals?
No.
Okay.
No. I will cry. I can't handle when they break out into, like, singing and nope. Damn it, it's a musical?
It's like in the trailer, they're like breaking out into like.
I haven't seen the
Okay,
trailer. I'm like living under a
like
rock.
no,
I'm on like 12-year-old TikTok because like all of everything that
like
I
the
do.
Sephora.
No, like oh my god, I could go into detail on that, but no, of course not a movie. I mean the movies. Like someone mentioned something that's like so trending right now. And I'm like,
well, yeah, no, that's like actually so funny because I feel like being within marketing.
Yeah.
I also am so oblivious to trends. Like, sometimes my boss will be like, oh, like...
Have you seen that?
Yeah, he's like, have you seen this meme? And, of course, like, I see them. But in my mind, I never, like, be like, oh, yeah, like, we could put this on our TikTok, like, and rebrand it to, like, this thing. And so I'm just, like, the way people think just sometimes, like, I just also am, like, so oblivious when it comes to trends. Like, I was like, yeah, like, there's a whole, like, Taylor Swift plus, like, Selena Gomez plus Timothy and Kimmy by Kylie.
Kimmy! Yeah, no, Kylie. No, my god.
Imagine Kim. The men that whole family is just so interesting to me.
Oh my god. I would love to be a fly on a wall.
I would have loved to
in a wall? On a wall.
On a wall. I would have loved to have been, like, just, like, through the eyes. Through, like, little pupils. Well, like, Addison Rae, when she, like, did that whole thing.
Oh, she's on one now. She's on one now.
That was her 2014. She was trying to be the first.
No, I'm like, girl, she like, yeah. Yeah.
She's yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I hope she's okay, but.
Well, I just haven't, like, I don't watch her, so, like, when I saw that she was, like, doing a movie, I was like, oh my god, so good for her. It was Thanksgiving or something. I haven't watched it, but I was, like, recently stalking her because, like, the 2014 thing came out and everyone's like, oh my god, like, Addison's trying to be the first one to, like, say she started this, like, back up.
No. She is giving very 2014 vibe a little bit. Yeah. Not in a bad way, like, but she just doesn't seem well. Yeah. If that makes sense. Like, she just seems very, like, confused and a little, like, all over the place.
I mean, especially I feel like when it comes to being, like, a content creator, like, starting off and, like, I feel like when you start off on TikTok, it's way harder to get your image out there and, like, not even, like, an image, but more so, like, a serious image of being, like, yeah, like, I want to be a singer, I want to be or even an actor. Like, I feel like when people see TikTok, like, TikTokers, going and starting to act, everyone's like, yeah, get out of here. Like, I don't even want to see this. Like,
no, it's true. And also it's because I think they gained their fame so quickly that they never built, like, a real community of people who support them and understand them, because it's such short little clips.
Yes.
So, like, it's a whole different thing. Like, YouTube and TikTok are completely different. Like, when you meet a YouTuber and you meet a TikToker, you can tell which is which. Usually. Yeah. Like, usually you can. TikTokers gain their fame so quick that I think it kind of messes with them. Like, in a bad way, depending on the team they have around them and the people they have around them. But, like, Addison Rae, for example, like, her parents were, like...
Oh, my God. That whole drama.
That was sad.
Yeah.
Sad. Yeah. Sad.
Well, and also, like, I was thinking about that. I'm like, because there's been so many TikTokers that just, like, come out of the blue, and I'm just like, whoa, like, they're starting to do brand deals now. And I just think, I'm like, do people reach out to them, or just, like, I would love to represent you, like, you should join, like, this agency, like...
Yeah, that is usually how it goes. Like, they literally will, like, email you, like, an agency or a manager will email you. Not all of them have managers and like, whatnot. Like, it depends on the creator, but a majority of the big ones definitely do. And they charge an arm and a leg for a brand deal. Like, insane amounts of money.
Yeah, so we're doing, like, with my internship, I've been more into the meetings now since I'm, like, a second, like, term intern, and they were like, we're doing, like, this brand deal with one of these basketball players on the Mercury, and
ooh, baby, that's a fat check that they're gonna be.
And I was just like laughing because, you know, I get paid like $17 an hour.
Yeah.
They said it, and I was like, oh, you're paying that much money, and they're like, yeah, well, we're trying to, like, legally do this and, like, all that jazz, and, like, I think her manager is gonna make us charge even more. I'm like, more than that? Which isn't a lot, but at the same time, but it's for, like, a 1-minute video that we're shooting of her. So 30 minutes we get to talk to her. Yeah. So the fact that it's, like, that low of time,
it's insane. That's what bugs me the most, is the time, because it's, like, this much time and that they're getting a fat check.
Like, after, like, fully being submerged in, like, how they're, like, because they, like, give me, like, the small tasks, but when I get fully submerged in, like, the marketing of it all and how they, like, the brand deals, I was like, or not even the brand deals, but just, like, I guess it's sponsorships is what they call it. Because we're not like, oh, like, visit. Here's a little tote bag. Like, no, that's not what we do. Yeah. But it's more so just, like, I guess we benefit from them more than they benefit from us, in a sense. Yeah. So that's, like, their sense. But I just, like, started laughing. I was like, I need to get on that side of marketing.
It's insane, especially, like, now, because, like, I would say, like, 10 years ago, it was not nearly as common to work with creators and brands were a little more hesitant. Now, like, it is the way to do it, in a way. Like, there are commercials still to this day that, like, play on, obviously, TV, but people are very focused on social media. And, like, the checks that they're writing these creators and these... I mean, basketball players and, like, all the sports players have always had fat checks coming their way from, like... What do they, I mean, like, besides, like, being an athlete, like, what do they influence? Like, who do they influence? Their fans? Well, I've never understood, like, the sports side of it.
I think it's different when it comes to, like, you know, like, a contract, and then they have, like, a deal where it's, like, I'm trying to think of, like, someone that's, like, in the media, but also, like, an athlete.
I know, I'm, like...
I think it just depends, like, if you're an athlete, like, yeah, you make some money, which is, like, still amazing money, but then, like, if you're also in the media, that even adds to your character. Like, I remember, like, for example, like, when I found out Olympians, if they win gold medal, they don't make any money. Like, there's, like, different countries that, like, you make so much money from just winning that title, but Americans come back and they could literally be going back to their, like, waitressing job. Like, I did not know that. But the reason, if they get a gold medal, then they get sponsorships.
Yeah, and the sponsorships are what pay them so much.
Did not know that.
Yeah. I guess, because I know, like, football players, they have, like, a chunk of money that they get for work, or, like, doing their job on the team. Me, like, not knowing anything about sports, I'm, like, doing their job.
I know more, like, about basketball contracts than I do about, like, football contracts. Yeah. Like, I have no idea about football. Because there's so many people on the team. Like, for basketball, I feel like they make more because there's, don't ask me. Like,
actually,
don't ask me how many people are on the court, but...
Yeah, but then they have their, like, backups, too. You know how, like, all, like, the players always have, like, a second and, like, a third in case someone gets hurt?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the string. I'm like, I don't know. Okay, maybe, like...
I was in sports medicine for a second.
No slay.
Then I hated anatomy and chemistry. So.
Yeah. Oh, anatomy?
I actually liked anatomy more than chemistry, but when it came to, like, diving into, like, the chemicals of it all, no.
Yeah, in theory it sounds cool. Not in real, like, no.
When you actually tell me to take a test, a chapter,
I'd be like, scribble, like,
I was like, it was an idea, like, I wanted to be, like, a surgeon.
Yeah.
Quickly changed.
Yeah, you're like...
Quickly turned around and was like, I want to get into media, and then when I did that, I was like, oh, so many people are in media. Made it even... everyone's having a hard time now. Like, the job lineup is so...
Yeah, there's a lot going on with, in general, just, like, everything. Like,
yeah,
it's crazy when you look at it, like, and you zoom out, you're like, oh my god, like, the jobs, like, everything is changing, and it's weird. Yeah. Because it's happening pretty quickly, I feel like.
When I was, I was literally in college, like, a month ago.
I know, I was like, girl, like, you're like, when I was, like, sounding like you're, like, 65, I'm like, girl,
last month.
Yeah.
No, but when I was, anyways, I was just thinking, I'm like, oh, like, I'm so glad I'm graduating 6 months earlier than everyone else. Like, I have time to just, like, sit down. But then I'm also thinking about it. Then I'm seeing these TikToks, and there's this, like, influencer that, like, kind of makes her views from always saying, like, 7 months out and still jobless, post-grad. And I'm like, excuse me.
Oh, you're good.
Like, burping. I'm like, coffee got me.
Me.
But she's, like, jobless. And I'm like, 7 months. Okay. I was hoping for, like, a 4 month. And then we had this presenter come to my graduation ceremony. He goes, like, you're gonna be your number one best friend, blah blah blah, whatever. And then I was just like, okay, cool. And then he goes, out of the 90 jobs I applied for within 4 months span, I got that one back. I was like, that one?
No, literally one of my friends, I don't even know how many she applied to, like, a lot, an absurd amount, got one. And
I like need to realize, I need to, like, always, and one day I just need to go to a coffee shop and be like, okay, like, I need to just, like, do, like, 20 at a time, because I think I just, like, don't leave again. Hermit. Like, I just don't leave this house, especially when I don't need to, because I'm, like, so tired. But I'm just, like, I don't know, when it comes to that, I'm just, like, why is it so hard? Like, people always say, there's so many jobs on this market. Okay.
Where?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, but mind you, it's a first, like, whatever they call it, like, a beginner's job, right?
Yeah.
Okay, why do I need 5 years experience?
No, literally, that always blows my mind, too. It's like, what? I don't know, I have a very different look on things than, like, the traditional, like, I like to hire young people who, like, aren't necessarily the most experienced, because they're way more creative. Like, they're more creative, they're more understanding, they're more excited. When you've been in the workplace for, like, 10 years, you're bored. You're like, and you're so, like, traditional. Like, when I go to, like, conferences and, like, summits, everyone looks the same, everyone talks the same, everyone says the same thing, and I'm like, where is the fucking cool shit? Like, this is ridiculous.
It's just it's like, I'm so scared to go into, like, a 9-to-5 career, and it's just, like, not monotone, but just, like, any monotone, monochromatic, like, no color. No,
it's so dull. It's so dull. Whenever I go to these meetings, everyone's dull. Like, everyone's dull, like, inside out, like, walls are dull. I'm like, oh my god.
And I just don't know if I'm prepared for that.
I mean, there are companies out there that are not like that.
Yeah, there are some, like, really nice, like, 9-to-5 jobs where I'm like Sephora, I recently was on there. Yeah. And they have, like, really cool, like, office in Manhattan, and I was like,
no, they have, there's cool offices. There's, like, really cool.
Tarte came in and did, like, a pop-up. I'm like, at your office?
Yeah.
And you just came out with $100 worth of Tarte? Cool. Yeah.
Amazing.
I love that.
Yeah. Same with, like, Poppy, you know, like, the drink.
Yeah, same.
Poppy has, like, the coolest office. It's bright. It's really bright colors, which is what I, like, was thinking when you said bland walls.
They had a LinkedIn. They're in Texas, and I was like, I can see myself living in Texas.
You know what's crazy, actually, is Austin in specific is popping with the new startups, new companies, because it's also way more cheap to, like, have a business there.
Yeah. Also, like, so you said you're moving out of...
I'm probably going to move... I'm actually thinking of moving to Austin.
Okay, I was moving to Austin. Like, move somewhere else?
Yeah, because I would love to live by the beach. I would love that, but she's expensive. She's expensive. She's expensive. She's expensive. And I'm like, I don't know about all that. I'm like, the thought of, like, living on the coast of California, I'm like, the price of everything. Everything is just, like, mind-blowing, and the people there aren't, like, I've experienced those people, and I'm like, they're not that motivated, they're not that driven, and they're kind of lucky. I don't like the word lucky. I hate when people use the word lucky, because, like...
Are you saying in the sense of, like, when it comes to, like...
They're, like, they come from a lot. They, like, so they don't have to work as hard. Okay. That's not for everyone. Yeah. There's a lot of people in California who've worked really hard to get there, but there's, like, an odd mix of people who I'm just like, they're not that inspiring, in my personal opinion.
I feel like there's so many people that when it comes to media, like, recently I've been on the side of TikTok where people are like, because the audience of TikTok is the reason people blow up. Like,
yeah.
And then sometimes they, like, question, like, after they blow the person up, they're like, we blew up the wrong person. I'm like, be so for real.
No, I know.
I'm like, they blew up for a reason, like.
Yeah. No. People say that about, like, everyone, too.
And also, sometimes when I, like, deep dive into, like, creators that are becoming, like, bigger, I'm like, wow, they were rich. Like,
no.
Like, they are
like
rich.
Alex Earl. Oh, my God. She comes from so much money.
When I found out that she was doing that before, like, she was, like, had the media in front of her, I was just like, oh, so this isn't new to her. Like, she's probably like, oh, like, the extra cash is great, but...
Yeah. No. She definitely... She's set. Her parents' houses, her dad's house in specific.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. And her podcast is, like...
I haven't watched it, to be honest.
I haven't watched
I'm not a
it
big
either.
Alex Earl fan. Like, I don't know what the exact word would be.
There's just, like, clips I see on TikTok, and she'll, like, talk about the most disgusting stuff, and I'm like... You, like, walked through your pee on Halloween night, like, you didn't want to go to the bathroom because of her latex, like, bodysuit. Are you kidding me? That's so disgusting.
Wait, excuse me? Wait, what?
And her
vomit. She peed in what? She peed on her what?
Yes, like, she literally, like, she was on her period, plus she, like, needed to pee, and she couldn't take off her Halloween costume.
So she just peed?
Mm-hmm.
She just peed, like, she just peed in her outfit?
Yeah, let me find it. Alex Earl. Like.
That is so repulsive. That is like, that is gross. That is really gross. I'm like, and a lot of young people follow her, so, like, don't be normalizing that.
And also, she, like, when she vomited.
Oh, that one I saw. The dress. I was like, girl.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so however the social media star didn't notice until one of her pals were taking a video of her and asked if she started her period. And then she goes, yeah, because I peed through my costume and the pee soaked up everywhere and it took the blood and spread. Oh my God, so basically she didn't know she was on her period, and when she peed, like, the blood just went everywhere.
That's disgusting. Have you ever peed in a wetsuit?
I don't really wear wetsuits, but, like, I get it, like, peeing in the ocean, like, with,
no, but that still feels gross, bro.
That,
like,
I have to swim away.
You know, it's, like, really warm, and it's, like, it's an odd feeling.
I, like, splash extra because I'm like,
I'm like, no, but, like, that's gross.
Yeah.
And you're in the water.
Yes.
And that is, like, that is so bad.
I'm like, can you not see the pee on your, like, bathing, or your costume? Like, I don't know. Like, I was
that's
just, like...
Gross. That's gross. Oh, my.
She's definitely, like... She gives people stories. You started Frillians 6 years ago, so I do the math. 14? 15.
So it launched 6 years ago. So it launched December of 2017, but we started working on it a year prior, so I was 13. Or wait, no, it launched when I was...
You were young.
Yeah. Why am I... Math is not mathing right now, but yeah.
How did Frillians come to mind? Like, how were you just like... There's not enough makeup for me. Like, what was that?
The kind of, like, story of, like, how it began and, like, how it started was I was filming a lot of YouTube videos and I was using makeup, skincare, like, all sorts of stuff, putting it on my face.
Yeah.
And my skin did not like it.
Yeah.
It reacted so bad. Like, I got rashes, I got bumps, I got pimples, I got, like, the weirdest combination of
giving
just
12-year-old in Sephora.
No, it's giving like she was mixing the wrong things together.
Yeah.
And I was very like confused. I turned to my like family and I was like, "What do I do?
Yeah.
Like, why am I breaking out?"
Yeah.
And my parents were like, "It's just probably hormones." I'm like, I don't think so. So I was like, okay,
13?
yeah, no,
I guess.
yeah, like 12, 13. And I was like, okay, I mean, like fair. But I was like, there's more to this. So I started researching the ingredients and all the products I was using on, like, Sephora and, like, Ulta and, like, copying it and pasting it around and, like, trying to figure this stuff out. And I was like, this stuff is horrible. How are they targeting, like, sensitive skin girlies when I'm like, that this is not for sensitive skin. Like
they had, like, chemicals.
Literally, and they just don't match up. Like, it's ridiculous. It's, like, the epitome of, like, greenwashing. Where, like, I mean, like, Burt's Bees. Like, you when you think of Burt's Bees, you think of healthy.
I did not know how bad it was.
No, it's so bad. Like,
my lips are always dry.
No, literally, greenwashing to the max. And, like, so many brands love to lie. Especially then. Now, like, it's gotten better because of social media and people will actually be like, no, like, stop. Like, why are you doing that? But basically, I was like, okay, there's no brands that are dedicated to, like, actually helping teens with their skin.
Yeah.
And there's no brands that are, like, made for us. And most of the market, like, targeted, like, 20-year-olds for the most part. 20 to, like...
100%.
Like, 50.
And
20 to, like, 70, I swear.
When you're, like, 14, you, like, want to start wearing... Like, I remember I would see, like, girls and I'd be like, no, I want to wear mascara. I want blush. So the fact that, like, you made, like, a line of products that, like, could have a full face, in a sense.
Yeah, exactly. Like, a full face that's, like, made for us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like... actually good ingredients, produced in a way that's not, like, questionable. Because some labs that are, like, ooh, it's scary. It's honestly scary when you, like, dive into it. But the whole entire line is really to help teens with their skin and also, like, give them something that's theirs. Because so many people always are, like, pushing teens under the rug. Like, when you were a teen, like, did you have, like, people say, like, oh, you're just a teenager? Or, like, kind of that, like, that attitude towards you.
It's like, oh, you're too young for this. When you're older.
Yeah, I'm like, okay. I'm like, but that doesn't change that we, like, want to play around with makeup. We want certain things that are, like, for us. So, yeah, I love it. And I also am so passionate about helping teens. So there's, like, more to it than just that. But, yeah.
And it's good that that's, like, your backstory on it all. And it's not just, like you want to help people. Like, you didn't start this just to be like, oh shit, like, what do I do in life? Like, not in the sense of like you didn't start it to build a company where it's off of marketing off of teenagers and, like, taking their money. Like,
no,
you help them. You want them to feel beautiful. You want them to feel comfortable in their own skin. And I think that's, like, beautiful.
Yeah, no, it's true. And, like, I mean, when you think about, like middle school, high school, like, there is so much going on in these teens' lives and so much that changes. Like, I changed so much in my teen years, and the last thing you want is to be, like, breaking out, confused on what products to use, and, like, feel, like, shut out by people, like, especially, like, in the beauty world. Like, when I was, like, 14-ish, like, I'd still go into Ulta and, like, whatnot. I would never, like, no one would ever help me, ever. They'd never, like, try to help. They'd always give me attitude, and I'm like,
even now, sometimes I go into, like, places, and I'm just, like
luxury places that they just ignore you.
Recently, oh my god, like, I don't know, during the holidays, like, we went to Scottsdale Mall just because there's more stores, and my sisters, they wanted to go into, like, Gucci and Balenciaga, and they're like, just for funsies, just to see, and I'm like, sure, yeah. Mind you, there's hardly any people in these stores, so, like, when you walk in, you're targeted, like, right away. Cool.
Slay.
Right away, and so I was just like, I don't know, I just have a hatred for, because I don't know, I'm a dupe girl, so.
and I hate their judgment. The judgment that you feel at, like, a freaking, like high-end store.
Gucci and Louis Vuitton, I don't know why, like, I think those brands are chuggy, just because I hate when people, like, have names on, like, their products.
Oh my god, it's like Gucci. No, like, it's not. I agree.
And so when I walked in there, they're like, oh, can I try this out? And I'm like, you're acting like we're buying this shit, guys, and then we're gonna literally just be like, return, like, put it back. Like, I don't know, I just, like, felt so sus, and, like, I guess that's how 13-year-olds feel in, like, makeup stores, and now we're, like, 20, and they're like, luxury brands.
No, literally, it's just, like, I swear, like, adults love just belittle people.
So when you were 13, like, you had to, of course, had your mom, like, right there. So it's your mom that helped you, like...
Yep, exactly. So we started, like, researching labs near us so I could, like, actually be hands-on with it. So we picked a lab in Hayward, California, which is, like, an hour away from my hometown. And we started we started going into R&D. Okay. So, like, overall, like, walking through the different formulas that we wanted. So we launched with a blush and, like, an illuminating cream, a lip gloss, a facial mist. And it was so fun to create it. Like, seeing it being made, like, in, like, the lab with these chemists, it's so interesting how everything, like, comes together. I'm like,
it's
wow.
different from powder, right? Like,
what? Oh, like, it's so different.
It's a product.
Yeah. Our lab in Hayward only does liquids. Yeah. And then we have another lab in LA that does powders and liquids. But usually labs don't. They do one or the other.
Would you want to venture into, like,
powder? I'm, like, thinking about it. Excuse me. But yeah, no, we definitely have thought on powder. I think creams are easier to use. Yes. They're better for your skin, and they don't make you look dry. Like, because the dry, like, if you have acne, like, dry products, like, make your skin flake, and it makes it much more apparent. And with creams, you can infuse skincare ingredients in there, so it's, like, overall, I think cream products are just better for your skin. So I like to stick with creams for the most part.
They're usually, like, more adhesive in the sense of, like, I think powder just is not for me. And I ventured away from powder so, like, long ago. I don't even remember the last time I used powder. Like, my mom, I went home and I was like, do you have blush? Like, I forgot mine.
She, like, pulls out this powder blush.
Yes, it's, like, literally bare minerals. And I was like,
no.
Okay. My other sister still uses, like, powder. And I was just like, I don't know, it's giving
dust.
It's giving dust. Like, you guys are old. No, I'm just kidding.
Dust.
My sister's literally 2 years older than me. It's so funny.
That's funny.
So then I wanted to kind of, like, go into, so being 13, what was, like, so your sole purpose was to help. What's, like, your long term? Like, where do you see this going?
Yeah, I mean, definitely expanding into more retail stores. Like, that's a huge goal. And going international. Like, whoa, my brain is starting to, like, go, like, whoa, the water. Yeah. The dehydration is getting me all. But we're currently on SephoraUK.com and then Superdrug.com. So
crazy.
We really want to launch in stores in, like, the UK and then kind of move around from there. So that's a huge goal. More products, and also bringing more, like, teens on the team is very important, because I really want it to always stay relevant to the teen era generation, because each generation is going to change. Like, Gen Alpha is crazy. Like, they're awesome, but there's some that I'm like, what the heck are you doing?
I, like, realized my brother was Gen Alpha because he's, like, 12.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, there's this trend going around with, like, all the slang words or whatever, like, I don't even the terminology. And
did you not know some of the slang words, like, that he was saying?
I just, like, asked him, I was like, oh my god, like, I was just like, slay, and he's like, stop saying that, like, that's so weird. And I'm like,
what?
And he said, like, it's weird if you say slay, like, in a school, or, like, they say gyat. Like, I've
heard that one. What is gyat?
It's like,
even
you
mean?
have fat ass.
Oh,
yeah,
great. That's amazing.
No, I went to, like, volunteer because I'm just a helpful person, and to these kids, right? My mom just needed help because she's, like, room mom. It's, like, taking over her life, and she was just like, and this guy was like, look at my snow. We were making snowmans for, like, it was a holiday party, and he was like, look at my snowman's gyat, and I was like, am I really talking to a 12-year-old right now about a booty, about a butt?
That was so dramatic. But like, no,
it's like, the terminology is crazy.
No, that's like
these
ridiculous.
Kids are crazy,
and like, there's always new words. There's always new things that are in and out for them. It's so crazy, and like, their teens in general are so fascinating to me.
Yeah.
Which sounds like, as I get older, I'm gonna watch the way I say that, because like, I've said things where I'm like, wait a minute.
Well, it's like funny because when I was 12, like his age, I was still wearing Justice.
Yeah.
Like, my mom wouldn't even let me wear crop tops. Like, my shirt had to go over my
pants.
Yeah.
Remember the tank tops? You remember,
like, the
built-in?
The bra.
Yes,
bra.
They were really long, too. Yeah.
No, I ate that up, and so I was like, I was obsessed with Justice. I'm glad it was still around. And but now
they're dead.
Like,
they're done.
I think so. I haven't seen one in years. Like, my Chandler one, like, at the mall, closed down. I don't know.
Damn.
Yeah, it's, like, super sad because it was our childhood. But, like, people are coming out of Hollister with crop tops now.
Yeah.
I don't even wear crop tops anymore. Not for me, thank you. But
no, I know. I'm wearing, like, the longest, like, shirt under this right now. I'm like,
like a hoodie.
I love baggy clothes too, but I love jeans baggy.
Literally.
Like, this sweatshirt is huge.
I'm obsessed with the baggy look. Like, when the summer comes, I'm like,
I know. Same. I'm always like, shorts,
I guess I just won't leave the house. Like,
literally, or I just blast the AC.
Right.
I'm like.
Also, like, when it comes to, like, baggy clothes in the summer, I got into, like, boy shorts, like the long baggy, like, I got into low rise for a second. I was like, oh, not for me.
Yeah, I like it, but I don't like it on me.
It has to be right. Like,
yeah, like, I like it, but I don't.
If I wear low rise, it has to be like, I don't even know, like, this shirt is, like, long, so it has to, like, meet the pants.
Yes.
Like, the girlies that, like, it stops at their stomach line, or, like, the crop bra top.
I'm like, girl, that's like, I mean, it's a sleigh, but I don't feel comfortable in it.
Yes.
Personally.
If people can hit that off, good for you. Wish I could too. And then let's get into.
I'm over here chugging this pink drink.
I know you're like letting it go for a second. I'm like, chugger.
No, literally. You're like, no, like, look at this.
Oh, yeah, she's gone.
She's basically gone.
Okay, so then kind of forwarding into, like, how you didn't really go to school, you kind of maintained, like, that. Did you do online through high school?
So I did like homeschool online through high school, and then I graduated in 2020. Was it 20?
Oh my god!
Yeah, I graduated in 2020.
Oh my god!
But I graduated a year early because I'm.
I was like 21.
Yeah, I would have. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I was like, oh my god, we're the same.
We're the same.
Oh my god, I did not know that. But no, so you like, was college even on your mind?
No.
Okay. No. You kind of were just like, continue this path of, like, media and all that jazz, which is amazing. And did you feel like you kind of missed that experience, or? I
had the moments where I definitely felt like, I still have these moments, like, to this day for sure, and I kind of always have, where I felt like I was missing out on, like, a community and, like, a social aspect. Where, like, I would see my friends and they'd be, like, all at college and they'd be having, like, it looks like the time of their life. But I also understand that, like, there's more to those stories. Yeah. There's drama that happens. There's so much.
Yeah.
I definitely have felt like yeah, like I've missed out on certain things, but I've also had a lot of unique experiences. Yeah. So it's like you could look at it two different ways. But in my head, I definitely feel alone sometimes, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, would you like, if you moved to Austin, would you try to find like a roommate? Or do you just like living on your own?
I do like living alone. No, yeah. I'm an only child too. So I'm like, woo! I'll probably get like a cat though, I will have to say. Maybe so I can just, like, have a little buddy. Yeah, I can, like, also talk to him, you know what I mean? Like, if I was talking to myself, that's pretty bad.
I'm like, okay.
I'm washing the dishes, and I'm just like, da-da-da-da-da. No. But, like, I can be like, kitty, come here. Yeah. Like, I can say something, but...
Having, like, 3 other siblings, like living here with... I live with 4 other girls. I'm gonna burp again. Jesus.
No, why do we both have indigestion right now? I, like, keep feeling that same thing.
I need to, like, work on it. Like, my GI tract.
What the heck is
it? Was like weird. It was like stuck there.
Oh, okay.
Like my burps are. Anyways.
Anywho.
No, like growing up with like siblings, like coming here, I'm just like, okay, like I'm like more so an independent sibling though. So everyone asks me, they're like, did you grow up with siblings? Da da da. And I'm like, no, I'm just a bitch.
Yeah, you're like,
I'm like, I just don't like talking to people. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't know if I could live alone, cause like funny story. Like earlier in this podcast, I was saying how like my anxiety's low key been on this like on the roof. Like,
what's like you don't have to get into it if you don't want to, but like, is there like you feel like there's source of this anxiety?
I think I'm just, okay, this is kind of funny, but like I just see myself not in the public eye in any sense, but more so like how do I word this in like a not fucking weird way?
No, I feel that.
Like, I'm made to be famous, no, but more so it was like how do I say this?
No, say however you want. No judgment here.
Like basically, I, like, growing up, I was, like, I guess I was, like, quiet, but at the same time, like, I loved attention. Like, I hated, like, I never brought it up, like, oh my gosh, like, I love when I get attention, but I think everyone loves getting attention.
To a degree, everyone loves it.
Yeah. Not to the point where I would, like, come out of the group and be like, hey, like, I wouldn't be that bitch to be, like, saying something
hey, pick me.
Yeah, right?
Me.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Definitely not that, but it was more so just, like, yeah, to a sense, everyone likes getting attention, and I just think I have anxiety, because, like, I think what doesn't help is TikTok, because I see all these people, I'm like, they are living the life I want to live. Like, I have so many degrees that I just want to venture onto. Like, I think I'm horrible at acting. Like, maybe, I don't know, I've never really gotten into it, but I would love to be in that side of, like, just, like, even behind the cameras. Like, I would love to be in, and funny story, like, I did go to college for film and production. Yeah. But then I switched really quick. Like, I don't even think I did it. Yeah, I switched even before, like, I moved into freshman year. Like, because I was just like, oh, like, I'm not gonna... I was, again, self-doubt, so there's a lot of that.
Valid. I mean, I would say, like, the age from, like, 16 to, like, 25, it's confusing. Everything's confusing. And I think you overthink everything. Yeah. It's so normal. Every single person has it. Every single person has it.
And it's just, like,
even adults do, too.
Oh, my gosh. Like, my mother, like, we're just talking, I'm like, oh, I'm so nervous for this and that, like, and she's like, Gianna, like, I promise you, like, if things don't work out the way you want, there's, like, hidden gems that, like,
always
make you realize, like, oh, this is why life happened.
Yeah.
Like, and that's, oh, my God, other anxieties. I'm just a future thinker. Like, I always think of the future, and I believe in the sense of, like, one decision will catapult your life. Okay. And I just get super scared in the sense of, like, what if I make the wrong decision? But I've come to terms that saying, like, everything happens for a reason. Like,
it's a good way to it's hard to think of in the moment. But I do fully believe that everything happens for a reason. Like, there's a reason why an opportunity that you thought was going to be, like, so great fell through. Yeah. There's a reason. There's something there that's coming. Yeah. Like, life is so beautiful, and you have to enjoy the ups and the downs. The downs, the ups, all of them. Like, because life is not supposed to be this, ever. Yeah. Like, anyone who says they want a life like that, I think is crazy. Like, as much as, like, hard times are hard, they make the great times so beautiful, and like you learn so much. I think you learn a lot more during those hard times than the great times. The great times you're like, woo, and I just have to remind myself, like I'm so glad I had these certain opportunities that make me realize, like, this isn't what I want. Like, this internship, 9 to 5. I leave when the sun's, like, basically not even out yet, especially with this cold weather. And then, like, 5, I come back, and, like, the sun is setting as I'm driving back home from Phoenix. Like, and I'm just realizing, I'm like, okay, like, I'm so grateful that I have the energy to be able to have, like, not a 9 to 5, and so if I'm willing to make that push, like, might as well. Yeah. And so that's why I'm like, so again, like, with this podcast, like, of course I would love to see this go somewhere. Like, everyone's like, it's just so hard because there's like a podcast coming out a freaking day. Like, every time I'm on social media just to, like, figure things out, like, I never realized how many podcasts there actually were in, like, Arizona alone. Like, there's so many people, just, like, especially in my age group, and so it's, like, super saturated. And, like, I started this podcast to, like,
help myself, like, commit to myself.
Yeah.
And more so just, like, I love talking to people. Like, if I could talk for the rest of my life,
you would.
I would. But also, I hate talking to people at the same time. It just depends.
Yeah,
like,
it depends on who you're talking
yeah.
to. It depends on, like, what
It's
time.
just, right, like, what time, like, how I'm feeling. But I just, like, if I could talk for the rest of my life, I would. And that's why I'm like, okay, this might not go anywhere, right? Like, but it's a passion project. And I started it to just, like, see everyone's side of life and stuff like that. And so when I started, like, questioning it was that 18 view, like, podcast that I had where I was like, is this even worth it anymore? And I was like, that's not.
You also gotta think of the 18 people, though. Like, imagine 18 people right here.
Right, and see, okay, love living with other girls, too, because they were, like, telling me all this. They're like, Fiona, like, why did you start this? Like, you can't think of it that way, da-da-da-da. And I was saying, they're like, well, how many people? And, again, like, even, like, a couple ones, there's, like, I think of it, and I'm just like, there's people with, like, thousands of, like, listens, right? And I'm just like, I'm comparing it to that, but I'm like, imagine 200 people, like, lined up. Like, that's, like, probably one of my views on my, like, podcast, and I'm just like, that's insane.
No, like, right? Like, you have to think of it that way, and also, comparison, biggest killer. Yeah, every time. And everyone does it to a degree, but truly, like, oh my god, comparing yourself is so hard. Yeah. And especially, like, now, because there's so much to compare yourself to.
Especially with the media.
Oh my god, it's ridiculous.
It makes it so much easier for, like, people to be like, damn, I just wish I, like, and I saw this, like, cartoon, like, I don't even know what it was, but it was more so, like, a guy was in a wheelchair, then the guy was walking, then the guy was in a car, or a bike, and then this car, like, a car, and then a better car. And then it was just, like, each one of these people were, like, saying, like, oh, I wish I could walk, and this guy's like, oh, I wish I had a bike.
Yes, it's always, you always wish something that,
yeah, you never had, and it's just, like, it's just so draining.
It is, and I think all of it leads back to, like, a mindset of, like, trying your hardest just to focus, because when we're young, we have a lot of energy for the most part. I mean, we get sleepy. Like, I definitely have my sleepy moments. But for the most part, we have more energy than a 60-year-old, a 50-year-old, a 40-year-old, whatever. And we have, like, this time right now to, like, succeed and work on ourselves and work on our projects. And I think it's such a beautiful thing. Because hopefully, if everything works out, like, in the next, like, 10, 20 years, we can retire early. Yes. You know what I mean? Like, that's such a goal for me. I don't want to be, like, working away. I don't want to be working away. And I still want to be doing things that, like, I love. Yeah,
like, still have the time.
I don't want to be, like, bored. I
want to work. This is funny. I was like, I want to work to, like, because I have the time. I don't want to work to, like, fend
for myself.
Yeah, like, I don't want my next paycheck. I just don't want to live paycheck by paycheck. Yeah. And this century I might have to, because especially this year, like, the rent cap is crazy.
Oh my god, rent everywhere is crazy.
No, and that's what I was talking to, like, the people at my internship. I was like, yeah, like, I kind of just want to get out of here soon, like, da-da-da. And they're like, where are you willing to move? I'm like, oh, it's just super expensive to live here and here, and I want to go to, like, Boston or North Carolina. Yeah. And they're like, well, it's honestly super expensive here too. Like, Phoenix's apartments are, and even here, like, 1,000, like, crazy.
No, everywhere is expensive.
And this is everywhere expensive. Like, this area.
No, you're literally 5 minutes from. No.
Like, are you 5 minutes from me? How far?
Yeah, I'm like literally like 6-7 minutes.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and your Whole Foods is right there.
Well, it's like,
then you have like a really nice apartment building like right there. Then the whole area.
Well, it's like at night. Nice. At night, it's a little sus. I think everything at night is just sus to me.
Everything at night is.
Yeah. And so when I went on like a sunset walk, I came back one time and it was like getting really dark, and I was like, oh, I should probably put a pep in my step. You're like, I guess just being a girl, I'm like sus about every location.
That's me everywhere. I could be walking like Beverly Hills and I'd be like, I'm getting targeted.
Like down an alley, I'm like so scared.
No, literally.
That is so funny. But yeah, just like comparison, not the best.
No.
It's we really got down on that one.
No,
I'm like anxiety.
No, like anxiety, everything. It's so hard to ignore the noise that's going on everywhere all the time and in your brain. Like when you think of all your internal thoughts and like everything that you're like thinking about and talking to yourself about, the words that you use in your brain and the way you speak to yourself is so important.
100%.
Like you have to almost in a way trick yourself.
Yeah.
Like that's the way like addicts like quit different like drugs. Is like they tell themselves, no, I am not this. I do not do this. Yeah. I will not do this.
And you know how people are like they'll just like, you know how everyone is trying to be like their future person, like they want to be, you know, when everyone's like, oh, like I want to be this type of person in the future, and everyone's like, okay, start living like them. Yeah. And so you have to start telling yourself like, oh, like I start doing this, I start dressing like this because I want to be this person.
Yeah, it's like the fake it till you make it.
Yes,
mindset,
basically.
Kinda,
yeah, and I got in so much controversy with one of my friends about like fake it till you make it mentality, and I'm like, why? She's like, well, I just hate faking it. I'm like, Okay.
Well, I mean, you can make it internally. You don't have to say it. Because
Yeah.
I don't like a liar. Like, I don't
Yeah.
like being like, yeah, like, I have this, I'm doing this, when you're not. Like, mentally, though, like, writing things out and the way that you speak to yourself it speaks numbers.
Yeah.
Like, this is definitely a topic that I feel like people might not agree with me on, you might not agree with me on, but when I'm really sad, if I really, really, really try, I can get myself out of it, like, pretty quickly. Which is weird.
Yeah.
But like I can be like, no,
sense, like,
no, I'm fine. And then I can like distract myself like quickly and then completely forget about it.
I think that's awesome. Like I don't
know
in a sense, like if you don't let yourself
feel,
like I think for sure like in the long term it might be not the best.
Yeah.
But true. Like I'm someone that like dives down into my thoughts. Like I'm like, okay, like I get in bed and I'm like, so I feed into it and I fucking play sad music.
I used to do that. I used to go on Pinterest, look up sad quotes and play music.
Bye.
And if I'm like really sad, like even now, I'll still do that.
And then just like everyone needs to cry it out because once you cry it out, like you feel so much better.
Yeah.
Like, so much better.
Yeah, you feel relieved. Sometimes just ranting.
Yes.
Writing. I love a good write.
My thoughts are so much quicker than my hands.
So same. I've done like voice memos.
Yeah.
Or like little vlog videos to myself where I'm like, okay,
sometimes I'm like on Snapchat and I'll just like talk to my Snapchat and then I'll like delete the video and I'm like, okay, I just needed to say that. Just like let it out there and let it go. Let God and let go, I guess.
Literally let it freaking go.
Yeah, it's just like life is crazy and it's just like you need to be okay with whatever comes your way.
Literally, it's true. You have to have like a positive-ish outlook on whatever comes your way. Because like there was a retail store that they were like really interested and we had to like submit everything really quickly, like literally within a day, which is ridiculous. Like all these like different like spreadsheets and whatnot. They're always very last minute with certain like line reviews and like product submissions. Yeah. And we were, like, really hoping for it, and we didn't, but she was, like, she still said something positive. She was, like, we really like the brand, we like the concept, it's just not for right now. And, it, like, that always is, like, not fun to hear, but at the end of the day, like, I just got another meeting with, like, a different retailer that I'm like, okay, like, maybe this retailer is better, and they're kind of similar, so I'm like, maybe the other one wouldn't have been good.
That is so exciting.
Like, there's all, like, you gotta just wait.
Closes for another one to open.
Always.
100%.
And even if it takes a minute for the other door to open, like, it's fine.
It's just, you have to think about that. I need to always remind myself.
And you gotta, like, put that energy out there and keep working towards that door opening.
Yeah, my friend recently just got me a gratitude journal last night, and it was one I needed. Like, it was just weird how, like, I think back today, I, like, woke up, like, more grateful, and I was just, like, I think about yesterday and how I was, like, literally, like, we were watching Crazy Rich Asians.
Oh my god, no, that movie's hilarious. There's parts of it that I'm crying.
And so good.
Yeah.
Mind you, let's get to that. So, the wedding scene where it's like, what's the one song? It's like, oh my gosh, I don't know what the song is, but it's like as she's walking down the aisle, it's like, take my hand.
I forget the movie, but I know there's part.
Okay, well, it was like a really well-known, like, kind of like, just like love song. Like, if you were with someone that you adored, it was like, wow. And I think that song like got me, and then I was already high anxious. Like, I was just like,
you were like,
and then it like all came out, and then no one was with me. I think it was also because I was alone. Because when I'm with other people, I'm kind of like, I don't let it out.
Yeah.
But. And so then my roommate comes out and she's like, what just happened? And I was like, because she left for a second and then came back. She's like, are you good? And I was like, I just cried at the wedding scene. And she's like, oh, wait, we have to go back. And then later that night, like, I was trying to go to bed. And I was like, and then out of nowhere, one by one, my roommates start coming in. It was the weirdest thing. Like, first, like, Kayla, and then second, like, the girl over here. And then another one came sat next to me. And I was like, I really just... And what I was going to do was literally put, like, my headphones on and, like, go to bed and cry.
Yeah.
And just to, like, let it out. And then, like, they come in and then they start talking to me and they're like, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And I just sat there and I was like, wow, like, I'm so... And then she comes in with this journal and I'm like, she's like, I got this for you guys for Christmas. Like, she got all the roommates one. Yeah. And I just sat there and I'm like... And then I'm thinking this morning, I'm like, I'm so glad that happened instead of, like, what I was planning on doing.
Yeah.
Like,
no, it's so true.
Like, we were all just sitting and talking about life and, like, letting it all out. And I was just like, oh.
I love that. That's like, it's such a powerful thing to be able to like let your feelings out without like judgment or anything, and like you just feel like you're a part of a community, because I think just in our DNA, like communities and like people are so important. Even like some people are more antisocial than others, like but regardless, like those moments are so powerful.
Yeah, like even if like, I don't even know how to compare, but like some people like, when it comes to like physical touch too, like I'm not big on physical touch.
I hated it until my boyfriend, which is surprising. I think
that's like low-key how it happens, because like I hate physical touch, but when it comes, sometimes I hate it, but like
I don't like it.
I guess, like, I'm not, like, one of my friends, like, she's abroad now, but she, like, loves hugging people. She's like, I need a hug. And she always makes a comment when I go to give her a hug first, like, but it's just, like, a greeting hug. Like, yeah, I give people greeting hugs.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna, like, she loves, like, sentimental, like, long hugs, and I'm just like, that's not me.
No, me neither.
I just get so sad. I'm like, oh, God. Like,
you're like, man.
And it's something weird. Like, I had loving parents growing up, and I'm just like...
Same,
like,
same. I just was like...
Like, my mom always cuddled with me growing up, and I'm just like,
It's just not for me. It's not for me. I'm like, I don't know. One of my best friends, like, she's, like, very, like, physical touch. Like,
yeah.
she'll, like, put my, like, her finger on. I'm like, bro. I'm like, okay. Like, she's very, very touchy, which I think is adorable, and, like, she's sweet. Like, when it's a sweet thing, but I'm like, not me.
Yeah.
Like, she'll, like if we're watching TikTok, she'll, like, rest her head.
Yes.
And I'm like,
oh my God.
I'm like, okay, but I would never do that. But, like, I think it's sweet. Like, I don't care.
Yes.
But I'm like, aw. Like,
I don't say anything, but my body, like, it's so funny to this day. Like, I've known her for, like, 4 years. And, like, I still tense up when, like, she, like, does that. Or, like, she'll, like, lean on me. I'm like, okay.
You're like,
I don't know why.
Right.
I'm just like, yeah. And so she's like, she even told me yesterday, she's like, oh, I just want to, because it's so funny. I have the urge to, like, not, like, punch people in a physical way, but, or, like, a violent way, but it's more so, like you know, when you see people and you're just like,
yes.
And
yes.
Like,
I do. Oh, I've done that before. Oh my God, no.
Yeah.
I just got a flashback to, like, you know, like, oh my God, no.
Yeah.
Like, you know when you do something really embarrassing and you get a flashback?
Yeah.
Oh
my God. And I'll physically be like,
no, same.
Close
like,
my
at literally, I kid you not, like, when I'm driving, I get a flashback, I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. I physically react to this, like, it's...
I like my body, like, physically.
It's like my body's gagging. Like, literally gagging.
Yeah.
It's just,
No, and so, basically, like, I'm the one that I'm like, oh, I just have the urge to punch people. And, like, Kayla's like, I have the urge to,
hug people.
Yeah. And it's
punch, hug. I'm more the puncher, too, for sure.
It's just
I one
funny.
time kicked, like, someone I had a crush on.
Okay.
No.
Form of
no.
affirmation.
No, because, like, I missed.
Oh, shit, so it was even more embarrassing, huh? Was that the flashback you had? Okay.
No, like, it was, like, terrible. Like, I literally was like, no! And, like...
Oh, okay. Crushes. What year was this? Or what year?
I think,
like last year.
Probably.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Like, maybe 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, but it was embarrassing. Oh, I've had a lot more than that. I just block them out.
Yeah.
Those ones I just push.
Oh, my God. 100%. Especially, I'll say this. When I'm, like, under the influence...
Oh, my God, yes.
Of a liquid.
Of the liquid?
I, for sure, I think everyone's confident.
Oh, yeah.
But I just think,
oh, my God, no. You
just,
like, are unlocking these. I'm cringing.
So, mind you, one of my roommates is very much a documenter.
Okay.
She loves documenting, like, life, which I love, because then I can see, like...
everything.
She, like, makes videos and stuff like that. It's amazing. Yes, 2 days ago, I think it was, I was just, like, we were talking about this time where I like, got drunk, and she kind of, like, showed me the video, and she's like, John, this video, I'd be like, it's so funny, and I get so much anxiety, I get anxiety, which canceled out of 2024, don't need that.
I don't need that,
And she showed me this video, and I started, like, literally sweating, my hands got sweaty, and I was just like, don't show me the video, I'm good, and she's like, John, I'm not even that serious.
No.
And I just think I'm, like, so, like, I'm just a whole different person.
No, same.
Not in a bad way, but...
No, oh my God, I have this video, literally on my phone, oh my God, of this... I was filming a video. It was for TikTok, but I didn't post it. Thank God. But it was basically like where I went up to a guy, and I was like, "Will you kiss me for this video?" Like I'm doing this, like, it was like a lip gloss thing. It was random.
Shut up.
And I went up to this one guy, and I was not sober.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And he had sunglasses on his face, and I just like moved them up and like grabbed.
Okay, so
all on camera, and I was like, oh my God, my, like, everything just made me want to die, like, watching that back. I literally was, like, sweating, crying, throwing up, like,
this was, like, your idea, huh?
Yes, so I made it, I literally, self-harm, that was self-harm, like, that was tragic to watch. I could not watch it, I couldn't edit it.
Did you do more than one person?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so she was...
But they were like, mwah. This one that I'm talking about was not a mwah. It was it was a more than that.
Mind you, what questions did you ask? Like, were you like, how was the... Like,
no,
how are you promoting the lip gloss?
I need to watch the clips back. But it was basically like, hey, like, I'm filming a TikTok.
Yeah.
Like, what the frig? There was an interesting twist to it. I just don't remember it. But I had the lip gloss on, and it was just more, like, funny because there was glitter in it. Okay. So, like, they would get glitter on them. Yeah, the Y2K. Yeah. But it was, like,
Oh,
there was this one kid, he was, like, 6, like, 7? Like, no. most awkward kiss of my life.
I bet, like, I get a height difference
No.
relationship, but not that high.
That was,
Like 6'2", I'd probably be like,
dude, because I'm kind of tall, so I
how
thought
tall are
I
you, like 5'5", 5'6"?
I'm like 5'7".
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn.
And I got these little frickers on that are like, these
the platforms.
the dirty bottoms.
Bye.
I literally stepped in throw up the other day. No, I cleaned them.
Okay.
It was on the sidewalk. Yeah.
Tempe, man.
Foul. It was foul.
Foul.
But yeah. What the heck were we even just talking about? Anxiety?
Anxiety.
Yeah.
Literally anxiety. And
Literally.
just like, when it comes to going out. Wow, we really ventured off again.
No, we did. We absolutely did.
Yeah, that was honestly all my questions.
Amazing. We went like crazy
and that's like honestly my favorite. Okay guys, our time has come to an end. I'm super excited for this episode. Like I honestly had so much fun.
Same.
I'm so excited. I hope everyone else enjoyed it. And don't forget to like, rate, and subscribe. As well as
don't forget to go with the waves.
Yeah, with that being said, have a great day.
And don't forget to go with the waves.
Yep. Oh my god, so excited.
Cheers the mics.